1%. How easy would it be just to buy whatever car you wanted? $13 million? No problem. $5 million? No problem. It would be just a breeze to be able to buy any car that you see out there. The most beautiful machines, the dream machines that we've all thought of. Is that reality? I don't know. The reality is we need to figure out a way to be able to enjoy these type of cars, right? And that's going to be through YouTube. Because reality is we're going to have to find a car that we could drive every single day, and it's not going to cost us $1 million. So is there a car out there that can fulfill those needs? Is there a car out there that can do it all? Could it be the jack of all trades? I think I may have found one. As a matter of fact, I happen to own one. Let me show you what it is. If you haven't guessed it yet, the ultimate driving machine, the BMW 3 Series, arguably one of the most fun vehicles ever created. As a matter of fact, the number 13th most sold car ever, which makes it the number one luxury car ever sold, with 14 million cars sold. And we're gonna go over why BMW has sold 14 million 3 Series since the 1970s. There's a lot to love about this car. It's fairly quick, it's fairly reliable, it's fairly fun to drive, and it has fairly good economy. So what that means is it's fairly good at everything, which makes it a jack of all trades. I personally own the vehicle. I understand its characteristics, and it can be finicky at times. But for the most part, this car has a lot to offer. And I'm going to tell you why, and we're going to break it down. We're going to break down the numbers, and we'll look at everything, and you make your decision. But I think this is the best used vehicle you could buy right now. Although all the years have been amazing for the 3 Series, we're going to focus on the 2012 through 2020. Those are going to be the F30 through the F82 chassis. And why we're going to do that is because they're fairly new cars, and we're not going to get any older cars. Even though I recommend, if you want something that's a project or something that's really fun to drive, look into those other chassis. But for the sake of this video, we're going to focus on newer vehicles, okay? Let's start with the variants. You could buy a GT Fastback, a regular coupe, or a wagon. That's how it all starts. With a million different types of trim levels, from the 320i all the way to the M3, the performance version, what you're going to find on the streets is primarily going to be the 328i and the 335i. And I'm going to talk to you about the motors that come in those 328i and the 335i. Now, the 328i is going to have 240 horsepower and a lovely almost 260 pound-feet of torque. Now, the 335i is going to have quite a bit more. You're looking at around 334 horsepower, all the way up to almost 400 pound-feet of torque. Fuel economy. Now, this isn't a Prius by all means, but it gets great gas mileage. Now, the 328i is going to get something around 34 miles per gallon highway, and the 335 actually averages above 30 miles per gallon as well. So it's not a Prius, but can you do this with a Prius? The answer to that question is hell no, you can't do that in a Prius. That's the whole point of these cars. The chassis are amazing. They're amazing handling vehicles, and they're fairly reliable as well. But this car is all about fun. If you wanted to buy a stupid reliable car, you buy a Toyota Corolla, but then you lose yourself. These cars are super fun, but also, you know, you have to be inside the cabin for a long time, and they have well-appointed interiors with good finishes and good materials, and overall it's a nice place to be for an extended period of time. So the interiors are plenty, and the seats are comfortable, and most of them are going to be leather. So if you're in a hot state, sorry about that. Alright, let's talk about speed. So when it comes to speed, now, What you're going to get out of the 328 is about a 14-second flat, 0 to 60, right around 5.5 seconds. And we're going to shave a second with the 335. So 335 will do about 13 seconds flat, and 0 to 60 about 4.5 seconds, which makes these cars fairly quick, and that's before modding them. And when I mean mod, you can mod the life out of this car. You could pretty much get a full-blown race car. So while making my case on the best used car on the market, you got to take in the styling of this vehicle. You could turn this car into whatever you'd like as well, but it is absolutely gorgeous and beautiful. And you'll see a million different awesome examples and different interpretations of people's artwork, what they do with these cars, and it's just a blank canvas and you can do whatever you want. You can have these cars right around, of a good example, around $15,000. But when we're talking about what you can buy for under $15,000 that's fairly new, that does everything this vehicle does, I mean, it's incredible. My car has over 100,000 miles and it drives perfect. So, in turn, guys, if you're looking for a used car, this is the car you need to buy right now.